All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? I was gonna give it a few seconds to let everybody jump in. We are about a minute early. Today, guys, if you're just tuning in, we're here at Wealth on Replay. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I do have the extraordinary attorney here, Shymane Robinson. Say hello.
Hi, how are you guys? So it's such a pleasure for me to be here. Thanks so much for having me today.
And thank you for coming in. And I know you guys you have a crazy schedule, so I appreciate you coming in today. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about trademarks and why you should have a trademark if you have a business, especially nowadays with this pandemic and everyone's trying to be an entrepreneur. We do have a specialist, an attorney actually, who's actually going to go over everything with you guys. So if you can, Ms. Robinson, just go ahead and give us some information about yourself and what do you do?
Yeah, so I am a federal trademark attorney, principal attorney here at True Lawyer Law Firm. We are based out of Chicago, Illinois. However, we service clients around the world. So I have clients as close as Chicago and as far as Barbados. And we are literally helping entrepreneurs, small business, mid-sized businesses to be able to gain ownership of their brand through trademark law and then leverage those assets with real estate. So we're really focused on generational wealth. And as you know, one of the ways to do that is via business ownership. And the only way to own your brand is with a trademark.
Exactly. And also just for the people that's tuning in, if they're not familiar with the trademark, explain to them what a trademark is.
Yes, so your trademark that could be any word, symbol, phrase that is used to be able to distinguish your brand from your competitors. Okay, it is what is used to allow your clients and your customers and your consumers to know and identify that a particular good and or service came from you. Okay,
Okay.
it's your special thing that makes your business stand out from other businesses.
Okay. And so what's the difference between the trademark and the copyright? I know I get that a lot. And I know you're the attorney. What's the difference between those two?
Yeah, so with a trademark, you hear a lot. These are two separate different types of intellectual property, but they are
Okay.
both very important. And most companies, believe it or not, need both of them. Okay. So with your trademark, we talked about is your source identifier, is how to distinguish your brand from other brands, but it's also what allows you to gain ownership of your brand. Okay.
Okay.
Many people are taught to go and get an LLC and file formation. That is very important, but that is more about limiting your liability. A trademark is the only way to gain ownership of your brand. So when you ask what's the difference between that trademark and that copyright, the trademark gains you ownership of your brand, logo, slogan, okay? Sound, whatever you're trying to protect in that
Okay.
form. Your copyright is used really more so for, let's just say you're author and you have a book. You want to protect your material that you have created. Copyrights are for creations, expressions, things of that nature. So now I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about songwriting. I'm talking about books. I'm talking about the design on your T-shirt. If you have a particular design that you want to protect and don't want others to steal from you, or a particular course that you created, you don't want someone to steal the actual content, then you
Mm.
will file for copyright protection. But the official name of that product, the source identifier for that product, you will file for trademark protection.
Gotcha.
Hopefully that makes sense to you.
Oh yeah, it does. I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't want to go through all that work for someone to steal their hard work. So that sounds perfect. And I'm sure you get this a lot. Why do people, why would somebody want to trademark their brand besides what you said, and why don't other people don't? I see a lot of people that don't have their business trademark and things like that. Why do you see it's the main misconception or the main reason for that?
Yes, absolutely. So 99% of business owners need a trademark. Okay. So you don't want to be a part of that 1%.
No.
Okay. Now, being a part of the 1% normally with some type of elite status, not when we're talking about trademark protection. Most businesses will need a trademark. It's very rare that you do not. So when we say, why do some people don't have a trademark? Some people, what I'm finding out, they've never even heard of it. They're not
True.
aware. The bigger companies, they're aware, right? They've been bidden before. But for the Smaller companies, whether that's a startup, that's a company that may have been in business for a couple years, but they're still kind of, just learning, and they're the first generational entrepreneur. They may just not have knowledge of a trademark. And most of the information online is about entity formation, and they
Right.
realize, as I explained earlier, that it's just liability. So one is the building the awareness, making sure that our community know that you need a trademark. And then two, let's be honest, it is a cost associated with filing for your trademark
True.
protection, and some just simply cannot afford it, or they think they cannot afford it because they have focused their attention and their revenue dollars on marketing and trying to grow their business, all things that are very important, but they miss the um critical step in their business foundation, right? Which
Right.
is owning that brand. And you
Hmm.
don't want to, build a company that you don't own and then have to rebrand or restart, or even worse, find out that someone stole your brand. So I would say the biggest two reasons is lack of money and then lack of knowledge, not knowing that you actually need it. Your second question is, why would someone want to trademark their brand? There are several reasons that someone will want to trademark their brand, okay? But I'm going to give you two. We talked about one already. It is the only way to gain ownership of your brand. And that's very important. Brands take a lot of time to build. Anyone who wants to be honest, if you have built a brand from scratch, it
Right.
takes a lot of time, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of energy.
It is.
And if you do not own your brand, you're at risk of either one, you haven't done the proper clearance search to make sure that you're not infringing on someone else. But then two, you're at risk of someone stealing your brand from you, which could lead to litigation.
Wow.
Litigation is expensive. I'm talking about anywhere on a very, very low end, 10,000, but to 150,000 dollars.
Ooh.
Right? So you need to trademark your brand, but that's just the one part. But I'm going to give you, there's several, but I know we have limited time tonight, or today. I'm going to give you the second reason that a lot of people want to hear about. They want to hear about how to get coins, right?
Right.
The trademark is a vehicle to get in the bag. Okay. You can use it as leverage when you're getting funding from banks. You can use it as leverage when you're getting funding from outside investors,
Mm.
whether it's hedge funds or what have you. They know that you own your intellectual property. It does go on your balance sheet in terms of when you file your taxes as an asset.
Ah.
So you can start using that as leverage to add to the value of your company. Okay. You can also, if you're interested in franchising, you cannot franchise without owning a trademark.
Mm.
Must have a trademark in order to franchise. So if you want to build your business around the country, you don't want to go at it alone, and you do want to bring in other people and perhaps franchise or license your brand. The trademark would allow you to do that, which means that you're able to start now making your business work for you versus you working for the business.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. And also too, and that's a lot of information. That I'm sure a lot of people aren't scared, because they have their own businesses, and if they're not trademarked, definitely reach out to Shymane Robinson. She has a TikTok, Instagram. I watch her stuff all the time. Her website's right here. She does have a plethora of information as well. And one thing I always wanted to ask you, what happens if someone does steal your brand or copies your brand? And that wasn't trademarked. What would be the process? And what would you do in that situation?
Yes, so you're in trouble with that happening. Right? Now, you get common law rights from the time you start using your mark. Okay.
Okay.
However, it is limited. If someone was to copy your brand, let's just say you're located where you're located.
In Florida.
You're in Florida, we're in Chicago, right? So if you were to copy my brand in Florida, it's a very good chance you may or may not know of me in Chicago. Or at
Okay.
least that's the argument you can make. But social media, everyone know everyone now, right?
Exactly.
For the most part. However, what will happen is, one, you're looking at litigation. You
Mm.
can issue a cease and desist letter and ask them to stop. Most people, if you don't own that trademark, they won't, right? Just
Wow.
you issuing it. Some will, some won't. So now if you take it one step further and you say, hey, this company didn't respond to that cease and desist letter, how do I get them to stop? Well, now you're talking about litigation. I've already shared the cost of litigation could be on a very low end. Sending out a couple letters
Ooh.
is about $5,000 to $10,000 to send out a couple letters for you. But if we're actually going to court, we're talking about 100K plus. You go to
Wow.
trial, add another 100K to that. So it's very expensive. But what's even worse for you, if you did not file that trademark while you're thinking you're about to make them stop, it's likely that you will not make them stop using that brand because they can limit you to your geographical location, meaning and every court is a little different. Sometimes it could be the state of Florida, depending on how much business you do, or it
Okay.
could be, within 30 miles of where you're at.
Okay.
Zone are using the trademark, and then that other brand can utilize the trademark throughout the United States if they file for the trademark before you. Okay.
Wow.
Because sometimes they may have filed for it before you, and because they were not aware of you, and now they take priority and they'll be able to use it for the United States. So that could be you're playing with hot air or hot water, whatever that saying is, when you do that by taking that risk of not filing for your trademark in the
Okay.
beginning. You will get some rights, but it's very limited. I'm not sure if your viewers are going to be aware of the Burger King case. There is a Burger King case. The Burger King that you know today is
Right.
not the original Burger King.
Tell us more.
Yes, there is a original Burger King. I believe it's in Mattoon, Illinois.
Okay.
It's a single location. They were the first Burger King. They are still open today. Right?
Wow.
Still open. And they did not file their trademark, a federal trademark. They filed a state trademark. Okay? They didn't file a federal trademark. So then the Burger King that we know today started operating under Burger King, the same name. She stated, which is filed suit. No, we're here first. We're using it. Well, the verdict on that was they are limited to their geographical location.
Wow.
The Burger King that we know today is everywhere. So if you were to go to that small city, that small state, there is still a Burger King that is not the franchise that we know.
Burger King. Gotcha. So it sounds like to me, I'm just going to use True Lawyer, for example. If I'm in Florida and I didn't know who you were and you got trademarked and I didn't, and I was using a True Lawyer, I could potentially use it in my 30-mile radius in Florida, but I wouldn't be able to use it somewhere else in that case, correct?
Now, you're going to have to prove that you were using it before me.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It only worked if you were honestly using it before me.
Gotcha.
It have to be proven as well.
Okay.
But if you were not using it before me, then no, it's over. Like,
yeah, no, I'm not going to give up $10,000 to fight you.
It will be over. You would need to stop. But if you were using it, honestly, let's just say you were using True Lawyer 5 years before me and I own the trademark for it, you could be limited to your geographical location.
Gotcha.
And you don't want that to happen.
No.
To that Burger King story, Burger King is huge, making
Right.
millions of dollars, and the original Burger King is stuck to their one location in their geographical, area, which is unfortunate for them, but they failed to do what they are required to do as a business owners, or what they
Right.
do as a business owner, which is to protect their brand.
Yeah, and I'm sure that stunts their growth. They can't really expand. They have to do everything in that small area as well. So I'm sure that's very frustrating for them as well.
It's very frustrating. It stunts their growth, and for many of us, our business is like our baby. So we are literally, we're literally promoting and putting our blood, sweat, and tears, right? We're sacrificing time with our parents and our children and our friends. We're sacrificing time, and money. And for you to risk all of that to be gone because you didn't get a trademark, it just doesn't make sense. Especially trademarks at this point are affordable, for most people, for most businesses.
And it's a great segue. I was going to ask you, how long does the trademark process work, and how much do you charge?
Yes, so the trademark process, from the time that we file you to the time you get that official registration, is about 9 to 12 months process.
Okay.
However, from the time that you retain our office, as long as you do your part, get us everything that you need, we can get your comprehensive search done for you in about 7 business days. So
Okay.
that way, you know right away within about 7 business days, hey, what is my risk with this mark? Is this a mark that I can gain ownership of? Is this a mark that someone is already using? Because we are checking not just your geographical location, we check across the United States. So we're
Wow.
looking everywhere to see if anyone's actually using that mark. Would you run into any, possible litigation in the future? We can give you that analysis within about 7 business days, assuming that you provided me everything that I asked you for timely. And then from there, we file you. Okay. From the time that we file you, you have some protection, right? It's public notice, especially if you have not already started using the mark and you're doing an intent to use. We do file those applications, and you are going to get your priority date of use is from the day that we file you if you have not already started using that brand, which is
Okay.
really good for the businesses that are intending to launch in maybe a year or two. And you don't want to fight with another brand possibly saying, oh, I thought of this brand
Right.
before you launch. You file your application, you get priority from the day that we file you, not from the day that you register, but the day that we file you.
Gotcha. Okay. And I want to, pick your brain. We're gonna have a little quick story time. Give us a quick time where I guess somebody really needed your services and trademark, and I guess they came to you at the last minute. If you can, maybe share us a quick scenario, so that way someone else doesn't have the same issue and they can learn from it.
Yes, so I can't give names,
Yep, of
but it
course.
happens frequently, guys. Do not think because you are a small business, your brand will not get stolen. In fact, it will. It may even get stolen more than bigger businesses because they are depending on you and hoping that you don't have the resources to fight them. So,
Right.
literally, this happens frequently. Okay. One of my clients came to me, and when it happened, you are going to be stressed out. It's an unbelievable amount of stress, pressure that you are going to have
I'm sure.
surrounding the infringement. But it's literally like, hey, they're still in my brand. Whatever you need to do, I need you to do it, and I need you to do it right now today. It does At that point, it doesn't matter about the cost. They
Right.
want their brand back. Okay, and they're ready to battle for it. It have happened to more than one client. Of course, we hop in, we send out the cease and desist, we get to filing. Unfortunately for them, we did not have to go all the way to litigation. This person kind of backed down, but that it does not end that way for everyone. I have some people who have we're litigating right now. We're literally litigating, and it's costing. It's going to cost tens of thousands of dollars to win
Whew.
because they failed to protect their brand in the beginning. And the thing that I want to tell you guys in terms of this story time, it is stressful. The anxiety, the pain, the worst thing for me as a lawyer is when I hear your voice and you're telling me
Right.
branded everything. I build my YouTube channel around this brand. I build my following around this brand. Everyone know me by this. I can't change my name. My t-shirts got the logo all over it. My website got it. That is painful to hear as an attorney. So please understand, I do work with clients. We litigate, we send out cease and desist, but I prefer to help you before we have to do that because
Right.
hearing that voice is stressful and it's expensive, and you're gonna lose some nights of sleeping too, right? Because it's not an easy process to be in a situation where you may lose your brand and you're having to spend a lot of money to protect it. So please take heed. Don't be that person or those persons. They didn't want to be that person either. They just didn't know. But if you're listening to me today, you're on notice. Protect your brand, right? You do not own your brand without a trademark, so you
At
want to
all.
make sure you own it.
Mhm. And I do have someone with a question here. Carl Art Reed. How much do trademarks cost? I'm sure you went over that. If you can just answer it again.
Yeah. So trademarks for our firm, it is gonna vary depending on where you're at. Okay. So some of my colleagues are charging $3,000 or more. Our firm, we really focus on helping smaller businesses and mid-sized businesses. So we do have various packages, but our package starts at $2,000, and that's a flat inclusive package. And you can
Okay.
see that full package on our website, which is www.truelawyer.com.
Right here. Make sure you guys check it. If you guys check in the description box, I have all her information there. Her Instagram. She has some hilarious TikToks. Her website is there. Her Instagram. And we want to make sure that you do protect yourself and protect your business. So that way your trademark does get approved. So we definitely want to make sure that happens. So I just want to say thank you for coming out today. And definitely showing us and explaining to us the trademark process. Just trying to see here if there's any other questions here. No, looks like everyone got everyone's questions answered. I know you're busy. Just want to say thank you again for coming out to the show today. Any other things you want to say?
Thank you guys so much for having me. I tell this to everyone: your vision is worth $1 billion.
Yes.
Trademark it, right? Believe in yourself. We believe in you. You want to make sure that you are growing a business, that you don't have to start over from scratch. It is a investment in your company. It's also tax deductible. So you don't write it off at the end of the year. Just make sure that you are strategically, when you're planning your business out for the year and your revenue goals, plan in a cost for legal to be able to own it. You shouldn't be paying for it out of your personal money, right?
No.
Your clients, you sell a product, whether it's t-shirts, legal services, real estate, mortgages, you sell a product.
Right.
Position yourself where you are allocating funds to do the things that matters most, which means having your foundation in order and getting your brand trademark. Okay.
Yeah, if not, it's going to definitely get more expensive later on. Trust me.
It is. Inflation is happening right now. Prices are going up. Okay.
Yep.
We're currently $2,000. That's flat rate. That includes the government filing fees for you as well. For that particular package. But don't wait. Don't come next year asking for that price.
Inflation.
Yes.
And if you have one more time for one more question, Carla Reed, also, what stage of your business would you recommend to get your brand trademarked? At what point? I guess it will be at the beginning, but when would you say will be the best time to get your brand trademarked?
Yes, Carla, this is a very good question. Okay. So the best time to trademark your brand is before you launch your company. Right? So the Beyoncés, the Pepsi, the Cokes, you always know what they're about to do because they filed for their trademark as an intent to use before. So the moment they get an idea, they file for it. Okay. Including myself. When I get an idea that I know that I am serious about taking action on, I go ahead and run that search. Why? I don't want to spend any money into marketing, any money into designs and websites or any of that if this name is not available for me to own exclusively. So I go ahead and file my trademark at that time. It runs through the USPTO office. They approve it, make sure there's no type of, brands that may issue a likelihood of confusion, and then I proceed with my marketing. Okay, so that's the best time is when you first got that idea before you launch. But let's talk about when you didn't do it the right way. Okay, so the next best time is right away.
Right away.
And because we know so many small businesses who didn't do it, you want to get in right away because I want to catch you before you got to the point where you're 3 years in and you're invested $50,000-$60,000, and now I have to hear you crying, which is it's a hard conversation because I'm telling you I need you to change your brand.
Exactly.
On someone, so the best time is before, the next best time right away.
And just like you've been said, you've been very informative. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thanks, guys, for tuning in. You guys can watch the replay, watch it. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Again, all her information, it will be in the description box, website, Instagram, and everything. Also, Carl did say thank you. I'm going to put that on the screen. Appreciate your time, Ms. Robinson. You guys have a wonderful day, guys.
So make sure you follow us on Instagram, True Lawyer, TikTok, all that good stuff. Make sure you follow us.
Yep, definitely will.
Awesome. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Oh, last thing, if you don't mind.
Of course.
I would like to invite them. our co-working space is the bakery. We are doing productivity sessions. It's virtual co-working around the country. This is open to everyone, regardless of where you are at. Right now, we're doing once a week. If you go to our Instagram, there's a link to sign up for these 1 hour productivity sessions. We jumpstart our week every single week with these virtual co-workings where we come, we get work done.
Okay.
It's a really good time. So I would like to invite all of you out to that. Go to our Instagram. It's powered by the bakery. That is our co-working space, and it's virtual co-working for around entrepreneurs around the country to really make sure that we are being productive. We are reclaiming our focus.
Okay.
So join us. Go to Instagram. I would love to see you and or if any of your friends. They're all welcome to come.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna definitely sign up and set that up as soon as we get off. Make sure you guys do that as well, and definitely get this thing moving.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. You enjoy.
Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Take care.